We see death coming into our midst like foul smoke. A plague which cuts off the young, a ruthless phantom which has no mercy. Woe is me of the shilling in the armpit. It is of the form of an apple, like the head of an onion. Great is it seething like a burning cinder, a grievous thing of ashy colour. It is an ugly eruption that comes with unseemly haste. They are like a shower of peas, the early ornaments of black death.
Yersinia pestis, the germ of plague, came to Britain in the guts of infected fleas. They were hidden away in cargoes of grain, bales of cloth, and in the fur of black rats. It would take about 6 days from the bite of an infected flea for the telltale swellings, the buboes, to appear on the victim's neck, groin, or armpit, accompanied by violent fever and agonizing pain. The immune system would be overwhelmed within a week. If the infection reached the lungs, death came after just a couple of days of bloody coughing. Anyone who inhaled even the tiniest droplets of mucus would be doomed to suffer in their turn. Vermin, crawling with fleas, lived alongside the crowded population of people and animals. The nibble of a flea was a common irritation in this lousy ant-heap world. And even when the buboes appeared, there was no reason to suppose that fleas or rats were responsible. But there was no doubt about what would happen next. The youngest and the oldest and the poorest, those with least resistance, would be taken first. But then everyone else too. In a town this ripe for infection, almost half the population would have perished in the first year. Terrified and bewildered, the healthy abandoned the sick to their fate. Whole towns, villages, even families were cruelly divided into the living and the dying. Husbands would have shunned their wives, fathers and mothers recoiled from contact with their children. It's almost impossible to imagine the utter desolation and terror, the complete collapse of everything you've taken for granted. How do you find bread now the bakers are all dead? How do you find a physic now that none of them work? And at last, how do you find someone to cart away the bodies that have to be disposed of somewhere?